So I am just working on re-editing my video, and the reason I got this inspiration is because I went back after the last video, I started to get feedback, and I thought about the whole making experience, and I thought some of the feedback was good, was valid, and we're going to go through it very shortly. But as I was watching The Captains, which is it's a William Shatner documentary on Star Trek, which I love. I love William Shatner documentaries. He's such a great documentary maker, one of my inspirations. But I realized, hang on, I've seen all this footage before. It was actually taken from another documentary he did a couple of years earlier, and what he does is he seems to store this footage and then repurposes it for other documentaries to suit whatever he wants to talk about. And I just thought, that's genius. Like, he turned a 1.5 hour documentary into about, what was it, like 6 1-hour sessions. And I thought that was genius. Like, but what I also took away from that is that how much footage did he have that he said no to in the original edit? And both edits are great. I thought, well, why don't I give that a try? So what I've done is I've taken all the feedback, and we're going to go through the feedback in a minute, and I've repurposed it. There's no new information, so there's no new shots. No, I didn't go down and do any more shooting. I didn't redo the interviews. I didn't redo anything. I just kept what I had and then redid it. I took a little bit of inspiration from a particular channel, which I found. They're like 60-second documentaries, and they are amazing. They're exactly the sort of thing I was going for. And I was really pleased to find them. It gave me a bit more of a model to see how they did things, and I thought that was really good. So I've picked up on that. Receiving criticism is hard because it reminds me that I'm not there yet. I'm not where I want to be, but I'll never get there unless I learn to take the criticism. And I think I have really tried to take and learn from the criticism, and I want to actually respond to a lot of that criticism now. I'm going to go through it, and then at the end, I'm going to show you the re-edit. You can just simply skip to the re-edit if you want, and it'll be in the time code below. In the meantime, let's go through some of this criticism. Okay, so let's just read through the comments that I've got, and I will provide my responses, and we'll see where we can go. So, Hazar Reviews says, hi. Hello. Jonathan Lamb says, an area I thought could improve is the interview audio. Your mic did pick up a lot of background noise. Now, look, let's deal with that. That is absolutely one of the big issues that I've been having. Trying to deal with the audio was really challenging. We went inside because outside, I considered doing some of the interview outside. There was just too much ambient noise. There was cars driving, people talking. It was too loud. Inside, it was way too echoey. One of the things I've been looking at, firstly, is I did do some editing work to the audio. I did some research, found a few things that I could do. I still don't think it's brilliant, but it is what it is. It's what we've got right now. Now, there are things would have been ideal if I could have made some sort of adjustment for the sound. If I had a sound room or a soundproof room, that would have been great. I've also learned that I can possibly turn the gain down in camera and then make my microphone louder. So I've got to really investigate that and what that means. So sound engineering is a challenge. It's something I'm trying to adapt to, and hopefully we'll have some better responses for future videos, especially in unknown environments like that. It's just, even on the day, I was concerned that it was going to be too echoey, and it just was. It really was. So Decide says, I feel the music doesn't particularly fit the style of imagery that you're going for. I'll quickly respond to that. Yeah, I wasn't 100% sold on the music. I do primarily rely on YouTube audio or other free sites for getting music from. And that's mostly just because of budget. I don't have the budget for that sort of thing right now. So I'm absolutely on board with this one. The shot at 226 was absolutely great and had the right idea, but again, a slide, monopod or tripod on a swivel mount. Yeah, okay, so I do have a slide. I haven't perfected it yet. I think the idea of taking the slide was too cumbersome. It was too much for the store. It's a very small store. So I decided not to go with it. However, I have kept it in the final edit, and I think the in-edit stabilization is a little bit better and helps it out. So we'll see what you think. Crystal Kime. Crystal Kime. Good to hear from you, Crystal Kime. Crystal Kime is very pregnant right now. That's very cool. We're all very excited for her. So she's not been releasing as many videos, but you should still go check out her channel because she's got some cool stuff there. My only 2 cents I would have loved to see maybe some old pictures from when she opened the shop or brought it. Great idea. I love old pictures too, but I was also not, I guess I could have asked her to bring some, to scan some, to send some through, and that's a fair call. I really wasn't going that in depth. I was trying to keep it to a minute or so, but no, it's a fair point. I think I might, I'll definitely consider that for future projects. Also with the B-roll, some closer-up shots that focus on one object that can really give us a sense of the shop and the store progression of time, where the B-roll tells a story too, like maybe her hand unlocking the door, then flipping open. In terms of actually telling a story, I actually did think about that. I went back and I realized I didn't want to be cutting between the 2 customers. I had footage of both. So I tried to create one its own story and one the other story. And then at the very end of the edit, I realized I actually had some of the second customer at the very start. And by that stage, I had edited everything to music. And I really wasn't willing to spend another several days trying to fix that up. So I kind of went with it. For better or for worse, it probably didn't make it the most coherent. I agree. I think I've fixed that for this one. I've actually taken out a whole customer because I've shortened it. I've made the dialogue far more quicker, and I'll explain why that is soon. Now, Nicol Bolas. That is brilliant. I can't believe anyone has that name. Look, if you don't know who Nicol Bolas is, you need to go and Google search Magic the Gathering Nicol Bolas. That's brilliant. I can't believe anyone has that name. Nicol Bolas says, use warp stabilizer. Now look, that's actually a really helpful hint. I went and Google searched that. I found out about it. I practiced it. I applied it. I've applied it in this edit. Very useful. Thank you for that. That was very good. All right. Well, with that said, I think we should just get straight into it. Thank you for all the feedback. Hopefully this feedback is just about me. Like in my last video, I talked about taking those small steps. This is just me taking small steps to getting better. And it's just one little thing at a time. So I thank you for your comments. I thank you for the feedback and for being very polite and helpful all at the same time, and making the process a little bit all right. Thanks for your feedback. Thanks for this. Have a lovely time. Until next time, my name's Dave Adams. Ciao for now.
There's a big difference. Like ladies' hairdressing is like, well, it's mostly long hair and colours, foils, perming at the time, sets, chemical work. For men's hairdressing, it's more like a little sculpture. My name is Mary Tyrrell. I'm the owner and operator of O'Hare Barbershop in Nunda. I came to Australia 31 years ago. I wasn't actually hairdressing at the time, so I did a full-time course in the Windholter Academy in the city. I got a few different jobs doing hairdressing, and then I was offered a job barbering. I met Tommy. He was telling me that he knew somebody that was selling a shop in Nunda, and we just had a chat about it, and he said, oh, I'll bring you down and meet Danny, see what you think. I was like, okay. So we did. Came down, I met Danny, and before that I'd never even thought about owning a barbershop. It just happened. It was just done before we even realised it. I bought it. I was in. That was it.